Once again, you already know what it is, and you already know where you have reached. This is the number one collaborative professional wrestling podcast anywhere in the world. This is Clash of the By God podcast with my good friend and brother Conrad Cushman. The guy with the sunglasses is your man Sean Hubbard, fresh off of an eye doctor appointment. I'm going to be wearing sunglasses indoors like I was a young man back in the club for the next week or so. So, yes, I like my sunglasses. I'm a sunglasses kind of guy, but I typically wouldn't wear them on the podcast. But I am wearing them tonight. So, anyways, ready to rock and roll with you guys. A lot of stuff going on in the world of professional wrestling, some injury news, some updates on our favorite pro wrestlers and our favorite sport of kings called professional wrestling. But before we get to that, we got to get to this. Conrad, my brother, do me a favor as we get ready to rock and roll on a Monday night. We're the best to do it, and we're going to show you why in about 5 seconds. Conrad, drop that thing.
Welcome in, everybody. Welcome. Coming off the heels of a Super Bowl. What'd you think, Sean? What'd you think of Super Bowl? Quick thoughts.
I actually predicted a high-scoring game, which I was obviously wrong about for most of the game. What else? About halfway through the first quarter, my hand to God, about halfway through the first quarter, I changed my prediction to a very lofty one, which was I thought that the Seattle Seahawks, after about 2 drives, I said the Seattle Seahawks are going to be the first team in NFL history to shut their opponent out in the Super Bowl. That did not happen, but 3 quarters. They're only the second team in history, the first since Super Bowl 9. Do the math. That's 51 years. The first since Super Bowl 9 to shut their opponents out in the first 3 quarters. The Pats were convincingly overmatched. And like I've said in previous situations, guys, Conrad, Dan Marino, it's a glaring example. Dan Marino, 1984, Super Bowl 19. He was 22, 23 years old in his second year. He lost. The whole world said he'd have plenty of time to get back. Ask me, Conrad, how many Super Bowls did Dan Marino go to after Super Bowl 19?
How many did he go to?
None. So you got to strike while the iron's hot. Hopefully for Drake May and New England fans, which I'm not, no disrespect, maybe it'll happen. But for right now, the Hawks are the 2-time champs and would be 3-time if it wasn't for Pete Carroll. And oh my, I'm sure everybody's thinking about that one too.
Should have had Marshawn just run one in just because.
That's all it took. All it took.
Yeah, I thought, you know what I really wanted to see? So when you don't have like a dog in the race, really, I was cheering for Seattle just because I'm a Bills fan, but I truly wanted the field goal kicker to be the MVP because he kicked so many field goals that got them up. And I was like, would they actually do that though? Would they ever give the field goal kicker the MVP? But then it got a little too lopsided and things that happened. I was like, yeah, he's not getting it.
Conrad, very disrespectful stance I'm going to take right now, but I don't mean it to be disrespectful, but anybody who's ever kicked a football is going to think I'm very disrespectful. I indulge you to just take what I'm saying at face value and not dig too deep into it to find the disrespect that I do not intend it to have. Your job is to kick the ball. That is your only job. Now, if he had kicked 7 field goals and they won the game 21-19, 21-20, maybe you go that far to give him the MVP. You're not going to get MVP from me for kicking 4 or 5 field goals in a game where the defense, the defense was stellar, historically stellar, doing something no team has done in 51 years, and B, Kenneth Walker III rushed for over 100 yards in the Super Bowl. You're not. I don't think the kicker should have been there.
I just said I wanted it to happen. I didn't say very, very lofty expectation. Joel, we're going to start off with you, my friend. He's telling me about $2 super chat. Thank you, number one. He says, 221 next UFC. I got Fluffy over Strickland. We'll see, man. I've been on I did not do it this week. There was no UFC for me this week, but I will keep my eyes peeled on those cards and see if
I concur with Joe's prediction.
Okay. Let's run down everyone else who is in here really quickly. Let's start up at the top. Clown says, good afternoon, everyone. Congratulations, Jonathan Gresham, for returning to the ring after his stroke this weekend with a great showing in the Jersey J Cup. Absolutely.
1-3-easy, 4-tweezy.
I love it. I was a little disappointed they did remove the match that I really wanted to see from the Jersey J Cup, which was the Tiger Mask coming over to face Tommy Billington, the Dynamite Kid, the new one.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to see that just because it's a classic New Japan match. Hopefully we can get it before he retires. Quill says, what up, Conrad, Sean, chat, your boy Sir Quills is back to enjoy my two favorite bros, CJ and Hubs, for episode 180, not 360, but 180, half of the Game Too Late. All right, let me stop. The best wrestling podcast out today, Clash of the By God podcast.
Thank you, brother. Sir Quills, always a pleasure.
Thank you, Quills. Vinny.
The only Vinny we like. Says happy Monday, so excited for Roman versus Punk, main eventing WrestleMania. Imagine saying that 5 years ago. God bless y'all. It's definitely a wild thing to think about where these two men were 5 years ago, especially the idea of CM Punk returning to the main stage. So, and I think it's pretty clear that that match will main event night 2, which will be the coming out party for the World Heavyweight Championship. It will be the first time the World Heavyweight Championship will main event a WrestleMania.
Very interesting. Ray Thompson says, happy Monday, guys. Hope everyone had a great weekend. Happy belated birthday, Conrad. Thank you, Ray.
That's right, big dog. Celebrating you, man.
That's why I wasn't watching UFC on Saturday.
There you go.
I was out in them streets. You know what? I got to show a cool wrestling gift that I got from my brother. Do we have a moment?
Of course we have a moment.
Yeah. I want y'all to check this out.
I'm wearing sunglasses indoors. Of course we have a moment.
I want y'all to check this out.
That's
one of my favorite wrestlers. He said he got this custom made for me. Jushin Thunder Liger. I need like a mannequin head though to put this mask on so I can keep it around. But as soon as I get one, man, and I have a black one behind me too. So now I gotta start getting like Rey Mysterio and Luchador masks next. But very cool. Thank you to my bro. Thank you to Ray, and thank you to everyone who wished me a happy birthday. Funny enough, I had a Philly cheesesteak on your B-Day, one of your favorites. I did as well. And guess what I'm having for dinner tonight? Leftovers from that. So I'm excited. Gotta say, Dynamite was easily the best show last week. I thought SmackDown was pretty good too, but Raw was mid. Definitely my least favorite weekly show. Ooh, Raw? Shocked.
M. Leezy Fo Sheezy. Hello, good evening, everyone. Hope you had a good weekend, and let's kick this week off right with the two aces of our pro wrestling community. M. Leezy, we appreciate you.
Yes, he said Collision, another great show. I did like the parking lot brawl. Those are always fun. And TNT gave me a three-way, gave me that old school ROH vibes. I totally agree with that. I felt the same.
Let's go.
XG Dub, what up, Clash Crew? What up, XG Dub?
XG Dub, I really like what you do on social media, man. Respect.
Help me get through this last bit at the gig. Yeah, we'll try and do our best to entertain. T-Ferg said, what's good, fellas? Didn't watch the Super Bowl, but I wanted to say I feel bad for Patriot fans. Not really. Good. I was going to say, don't do that to me. Seahawks earned it.
They certainly did.
Matt, we're going to talk about that momentarily. McKinney said, once again, on a Monday, I'm here to let y'all know, never be limited by another person's limited imagination. It's Clash of the Podcast with the Fire live chat and CJ and Hubs. Let's get it.
Appreciate you, man. Always good wisdom.
He did a reverse on us right there. Flipped it around.
Yes, he did.
Vinny said Roman's going to expose Fragile Phil. Super Bowl was quite boring. Glad the right team won, which was Seattle, and New England got their arses handed to them. I loved it. Congrats to the Seahawks. McKinney, thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you for the birthday love. I'm an old man. Let me see.
What is it now?
39.
Oh my God. We're the same age for like 5 months. 6. Yeah. No. Yeah. 3 months. Oh, yeah. 3 months. Yeah. 3 months. All right.
Yeah, listen, man. I was just there to see WrestleMania 3, probably. Just there. Just
3 months.
Time.
3 months. I can say that I'm the same age as young Cushman for 3 months, because come May, I'm gonna be your elder again.
Right back at it. Doug says another Monday, another clash. Conrad,
Yes, sir.
Sean, chat, teach me. Look, he still got enough in him to do the dance.
The brace is off. I'm allowed to take the brace off for 12 hours and just put it back on for 12 hours, healing nicely.
McKinney said, I wear my sunglasses at night.
Yo, listen, shout out to McKinney, bro. Let me tell y'all something, man. I used to be outside, bro. I used to be a party promoter. I used to be outside. I'm gonna do this for the benefit because my eyes still hurt because of the eye appointment. Sunglasses indoors is a nightclub staple. You need to be wearing sunglasses when you're outside, bro. Like if you're not wearing sunglasses in the club, you're slipping. You're slipping. Nobody has bare eyes in the night. When you're outside, bro, you throw on the sunglasses just because. And let me end all this. If you're wondering if you really can see in the nightclubs with sunglasses on, allow me to answer that question for you. No, you can't see a darn thing, and it doesn't matter.
It does not. And I always felt that song is what Zack Ryder's theme song is based on, McKinney. That's like one of my theories. I'm like, I don't know if you remember, there was like a video that came out at the time where it was like, what are you doing at the bar? You know, taking shots. I think it was based off, like Zack Ryder's character was based off of that meme. And then it got over. Yeah, I just was like, man, it actually worked, but they never capitalized on it. Deanna, oh, look, it's CJ and his better half, Sunshine Hubbs. What's going on?
Yeah, we
Deanna?
appreciate you.
CM Punk completing his The Shield Hates Me tour at WrestleMania. It's time. It's time. E, what's good, man? Love seeing those Pats lose. Benito. Yeah. I love it. Tokyo, Hawks put them paws on them.
They sure did.
Seahawks defense was the MVP. We got Miracle. What up to my favorite podcast tag team, Conrad and Sean? As always, looking forward to discussing some wrestling with you in the chat. We are getting there, my friend.
I'm searching for a miracle. Believe the impossible.
Renegade L2K, my good friend James from the Pro Wrestling Shoot says, the kicker did make 17 points, but K9 did get them in position.
I love that. I love that analysis, James. Very strong analysis.
Horrible Super Bowl. Joel said, I won't scold you this time, Conrad. I'll try to keep up, Joel, on the UFCs. Happy Monday. Hope y'all are doing okay. Guy Will Gamble, I hope you're doing okay, brother.
Guy Will Gamble, appreciate you, man.
You are usually the laughter in the chat for me. So I hope things are good, brother. I am jumping around because I see a lot of you guys I have gotten to. Zach, what's going on? Always shares with us what national day it is. It's National Pizza Day. Can't go wrong with pizza, bro.
Appreciate that. Yes, indeed.
Yes, thank you, E. Appreciate that. We getting Lucha Chance in here. I'm looking. Derek, welcome. Happy birthday, Brody. My guy Hubs.
My guy Derek. Listen, I'm serious about that Jey Uso debate, man. I need a time and a day. Typically Thursdays are good for me. Maybe Fridays. I'm serious. If you listen, you're my dog, man. I've come to respect and like you, man. You're a brother. You're my brother through my brother Conrad. But listen, I will battle you to the end of the earth on this subject, Derek.
Here we go. And I'm going to be in the middle of all of it.
You are. You have to mediate. That's the rules.
WrestleMania 42 main event, a 50-year-old versus a 40-year-old. Come on now, Fry. Come on now.
You know what? I don't see that. I don't see any lies that man is telling right now.
No. Wrestling has gotten different, though. It's a different game now. You know, this isn't the days where you're 35 and they're like, it's time. Like it's different time now. People could last way longer and keep wrestling.
Yo, can I say something real quick before we get into this?
Go ahead.
Like, well, around the time Hogan left, matter of fact, there's no reason for us to even speculate. I'm gonna look this up on the phone on the fly. How old was Hulk Hogan in 1993? Hulk Hogan was 40 years old in 1993. Can I ask you a question, Conrad? And I mean this from the bottom of my heart, bro.
Yeah.
You're 39. I'll be 40 in 3 months.
I'm not dropping any leg drops, brother.
We don't look like Is it just me, or do 40-year-olds look better in 2026? I don't look like Hogan looked in 1993, bro. Hogan looked 50 when he was 40. I don't look 40. You don't look 40.
I think he had them extensions put in right around here at that time. So
no, but I'm serious, bro. Like, do you know? Listen, chat. Let's have a little fun for a couple seconds, then we're gonna get into the main stuff. Do you know that Carl Winslow, that's the character from Family Matters? Do you know he was in his mid-30s when he was playing that role? Dude looked 45 if he was a day, bro. He was like 33 years old in that role, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Maybe God has blessed us, man. We don't look our age.
I don't think so.
Let me know. Do I look 40? Does this man look? Well, I'm saying 40 like in a couple. Do we look 39 years old? I'm telling you, man.
Guy will gamble knows my two secrets.
There's something. Yo, Conrad.
Water and shea butter.
Conrad, focus. Carl Winslow. He was 33 years. Matter of fact, let's put it in perspective. Are you ready to get your mind blown? Chris Brown is 30-something. Now think back when Carl Winslow was 33 years old. The world is not the same, bro. The world is not the same. It's just different.
He said Urkel ages you, brother.
I'm just saying.
1, 2, 3.
How old is Beyonce? Somebody tell me how old Beyonce is.
Beyonce, but I don't know. Beyonce has to be older, way older than us.
Yeah, she's at least 42 or 43, I would think. Do you think back about what 43-year-old women looked like back in the 90s? The game has changed.
It was all right back then, too.
Let's move on.
My man talking about go down the wrong path. Harriet, too, was a few years old.
Yo, bro. Like, no shade, but it was like, I'm saying.
Yo, you guys are wild in this chat. I'm 34 with the beard, but without it, I look like I'm 12. Beyonce is 43.
There's no way Beyonce looks 27, bro.
Listen,
Beyonce looks 27 years of age. Let's move on.
Different times, man. Different times. We got merch, we got gear, we got a bunch of links. Make sure you check it out. Make sure you guys are checking out Hubs. I'm gonna throw his link up right now, and we are about to get into the main topic. Let's get into it. Monday Night Raw, I thought was I think someone said it was a mid show. I'll agree. I thought it was kind of boring, but I will say I also felt it delivered when it was time to. When that main event segment hit and Roman had to make his choice, I thought it was a really good promo segment. It sold me on WrestleMania. I said, that's why these two are in this position. Mm-hmm. That's why, because instantly I was like, I want to see the match. Cool. And listen, I've been down on both of them lately. Like, I don't know. But once it was those two, the story is there. It makes sense. It's a perfect fit. CM Punk talked all that trash. He never really wanted to be his friend. He tried to get along for Paul, and the time for getting along is over because he wants that championship. It's an easy tale as old as time, Sean, in wrestling. What did you think of the promo segment, and what do you think of the lead up to the match?
Well, they're going to have to be selective and very, very poignant about what they do with Roman and CM Punk over the next 2 months. Because to my knowledge, I think CM Punk, I think that Roman Reigns has about 7 or 8 dates on the way to WrestleMania. Probably a little less. I think he's working the entire month of March. Exactly. Thank you very much, Conrad. I don't think he's working February at all.
I believe it's all March until they get to that Sacramento show, which is the Mania before, or excuse me, the Raw before Mania.
Thank you very much, Conrad. So they're going to have to, they set the stage for a tremendous situation. Now, CM Punk's going to have to carry it, for the next month or so. That promo was outstanding. I think Roman won it, but I think CM Punk had his moments. That's what promos are supposed to be. That was the first time I've been excited. Now, if I had come on here and said that promo was trash, matter of fact, I think I talked to Conrad behind the scenes about this. If I had come on this podcast, one thing I've always been very stern about is being real and honest. Everybody knows I'm not the biggest WWE fan. Conrad, I don't know if you know that.
We know.
Okay.
I've seen the shorts, which have done tremendous for you this week, by the way.
Thank you, Conrad. I appreciate you. Learn that process from you. Appreciate you. But with that being said, I'm going to tell the truth. That promo was fire. That promo was fire, in the words of McKinney. I was over the moon with how good that interaction between CM Punk and Roman Reigns was. I wish we could see stuff like that every week. That was wonderful television. Point blank, period.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I love that Punk comes out. So Roman's out there. He's going to make it. You hear Punk's music hit, and then Punk comes out. And Sean, he beelined right towards the camera sitting on the apron. And he was like, Finn Balor? And Roman Reigns' face behind him was perfect. Like, bro, I'm right here. Are you kidding me right now? And they got into it. I love the back and forth about you ran on the podcast. They mixed the reality in with the storyline stuff, which I thought this is perfect. Absolutely how you do it. And CM Punk had a word on there. And I've been seeing the wrestling community debate about this week. So I may have to ask you this, Sean. Just because you held it longer didn't mean you did it better. He said, I held the WWE title for 434 days. Comparing both of their long title reigns, chat, same question for you. Who did it better?
Silly question. Silly. No, I take that back. Not a silly question. Your question is fine. Silly thing for CM Punk to say. That's stupid. Roman Reigns' reign was better. No question. Roman Reigns' reign was CM Punk's was very good. Roman Reigns was better. Roman Reigns Roman Reigns altered the planets, the WWE hemisphere, universe. I hate to use that word, universe. He changed everything with that reign. That being said, CM Punk's reign was fantastic. What CM Punk should have leaned more into was the first thing he said. He was talking about how, hey, what a revolutionary idea. He should have said that. Somebody walking around with Paul Heyman with the title around his waist. That was good because that was like, okay, you copied me. But to insinuate he had a better reign than Roman Reigns, that's just not true.
Yeah, fairly interesting. Oh man, I'm loving what I'm seeing in the chat too. Miracle even said the promo had him intrigued. That's what the Balor angle is there for.
You know what though? Who said that?
Which one? The Balor angle?
Okay, so Guy will Gamble mentioned that, and so did M. Leezy for Sheezy. That actually answers the question. What are they going to do while Roman's away? It's going to be the Finn Balor CM Punk build up for Elimination Chamber.
100%. And I think they know that since they put on that, I don't even know what you would call that match. They put on that barn burner a couple weeks ago now. They'll do it again.
Yep.
In Chicago. And that's something that Punk's going to need is a good build up to get him ready for all of that.
They're lucky I don't have the pen or the pencil because I'm going to tell you what I would do, brother.
Sean, do you know who defended the title more between those two, between Punk and Roman?
Probably CM Punk, since you're asking that question.
Just crazy to think, though. Roman was champ like double. Is it? No, it's more than double. It's like triple his time. How did he not defend the belt that much? I was like, that many more? It was a lot. I was just like, that's crazy. But less shows, I guess you could say that. Pandemic. A lot of different factors play into it. It was just interesting. And I was looking back at both reigns. And like you said, to me, I walked away just like they both worked for the companies. I thought it worked well. Different times, too. Different people booked them and put them in charge. But
bro.
What?
You know what makes me mad about this, though?
What?
This is, to me, I know what I would do with this Finn Balor match. If I was in charge, you don't want to know what I would do because I'm telling you, I'd shake the world up at Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, Finn win?
Absolutely. 100%. Finn Balor would be the next World Heavyweight Champion if I had the pen in my hand. He deserves it.
But then what do you do then going into Mania?
Triple threat. I'd have 2 triple threats.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah. Let's turn it up. Let's do something. Let's turn it up a little bit. Finn Balor's gonna end up being either off WrestleMania completely or in some kind of ridiculous, unnecessary tag match. Finn Balor should be in the main event of night 1 main event of night 2 with Roman Reigns and CM Punk. Finn Balor has never, and I repeat, never, gotten back what he lost when he separated his shoulder against Seth Rollins back in 2016. When is this man going to get his flowers? This is absolutely ridiculous. You have Finn Balor and CM Punk tore the house down in Ireland. Are you telling me it's beyond chat? Let me know. Are you telling me it's beyond the realm of possibility, beyond the realm of what your mind can fathom as a wrestling fan to say that Finn Balor should be able to beat CM Punk and somehow set up a triple threat match? A, he deserves it. B, him and CM Punk have great chemistry. C, he and Roman Reigns have great chemistry. Remember the match where the ridiculous belt buckle thing broke and he should have won that match? Remember that? Put those three together in the main event of WrestleMania and let's call it a freaking day. Let's do something different, for God's sake.
You know,
but that sounds like a good idea. And you know what that means.
I don't think it's happening, but I'm going to the chat. I'm just interested in some of the stuff. As long as Roman doesn't win, I'm good. Unless Roman is going to be full-time, then I have no issues because this match and feud is money. Sean, what do you think Triple H is you know Triple H is booking yourself. Do you think
fantastic booker, by the way? Triple H does a great job. Why are you shaking your head? You think I'm being sarcastic?
We know this. So Sean, what do you think though? Like Roman not being there makes it weird. Like this is what's going through my head. I can't predict who's going to win this because I also feel like Punk should have already possibly lost the title before the Braun Breaker. Like I told you, I would have switched it at the beginning, but we didn't do that. We're here now. And I'm like, okay, well, if Roman's champ, how often is he going to be able to be around?
Conrad, your question is going to be answered very easily, my friend. I'm telling you what's going to happen at WrestleMania right here and now. A, it would be Finn Balor if it was me, but obviously Finn Balor is going to lose this match at Elimination Chamber. It's going to remain CM Punk versus Roman Reigns. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. Roman Reigns is going to win that match. Roman Reigns will be the new World Heavyweight Champion, and then Roman Reigns will lose that title at Backlash, and then Roman Reigns is going to be gone for 6 to 8 months or however long it takes for him to re-sign, if he re-signs. They're going to pull a Chris Jericho United States Championship situation with Roman Reigns. If anybody doesn't know what I'm talking about, everybody knew that Chris Jericho was leaving a couple years back. When he was famous with the list and everything, Chris Jericho came back. Everybody thought he'd lose because he didn't have a contract. He won the match and lost it the following week on SmackDown. Now, I'm not saying it's going to happen again that way, but I am saying that I do believe Roman Reigns will win the main event of WrestleMania 42, and he will lose that title at Backlash.
Interesting.
Backlash.
I used to have that.
That's my prediction. That's a double prediction 5 months in advance.
Deanna's saying Roman. It's interesting. So McKinney was the one who said that, but then everyone else is saying I want Roman to win simply because I like him and that's how wrestling should be. Cheer for the guy you're like. Forget the booking stuff.
I think 100%. Vinny has the right idea.
Majority of Punk's title runs, he was the co-main event behind John Cena. Can I get on this one, Sean? You know this is my bag.
This is your wheelhouse, brother.
You cannot treat someone. They were telling him he was the best, he was the champ, he was selling the most shirts, and they were Macho Man Randy Savaging it. What does that mean? You tell the guy he's number one, but he's really not, because every main event you either need to be with Cena, aka Hogan, in the situation. You need to be with this guy, or he's main eventing over you. You pick. You know what I mean? And the only time you're ever going to get to really main event is if they're out there with you, because Cena, Hogan must pose. And annoying, very annoying. So I think that Punk's title reign was that was that was the one thing where I could definitely give you props on, where I'm like, yeah, that check Sean's box about Roman's reign was better because Punk never really got to main event. And that's garbage to me because he had great matches with Daniel Bryan at the time. He had a great match with Jericho. I'm trying to think of who else he defended the championship against. He had good matches, though. Like, I didn't have any issues with the matches he put on. They were quality.
Of course they were quality, 100%.
Roman had the better ending, but I thought Punk's reign was better because he was there. Interesting.
Well, there's no question he was there, right?
Yeah, I switched the title to Balor, too. Yeah, I think Finn's not in trouble. I think Finn's going to end up facing Dom is what I think is going to happen for him. I think he's going to get the Intercontinental title push Does he beat him? I don't know, but we'll see.
I just think it's another miss. I know I have a lot of fun, Conrad, with that sounds like a good idea. You know what that means? But it really that statement or that catchphrase that we've come up with for this show is actually based and founded in truth.
Yeah.
Finn Balor winning at Elimination Chamber is a good idea. It really is. CM Punk losing to that title to Finn Balor in Ireland would have been a good idea. There's been so many. Go ahead.
Finn Balor should have never been taken out of the main event picture after that errant powerbomb.
Yeah. I
don't understand the logic behind what happened with that. You gave this guy the title, he loses it, then you never put him back in the mix, really? I never understood why they did that.
Yeah, I'm very disappointed. WWE makes some very controversial decisions that don't have to be controversial. Just go with what flows, bro. Like, one thing that always is sticking in my craw. AJ Styles and Dom, when they were overseas and they always sing to AJ Styles and the crowd was going nuts. Why did AJ Styles not win that match? He could have lost the title back the following week. But, they won't do it for AJ Styles. But you know who they did do it for? So how come you don't give AJ Styles that? You're telling me AJ Styles couldn't have won that title in that festive, beautiful environment and then lost it back the next week? There would have been no problem with that. They do it for Cena. They don't do it for AJ. WWE is so selective about who they give these special moments to, and I just don't understand it. Finn Balor winning this title makes all the sense in the world. Why are we not shaking up WrestleMania season? Why did we have the main event? And I'm not saying having a main event months in advance is a bad thing, but why can't we have some twists and turns on the way? Why?
Right? Don't think Netflix will be happy if they don't have a belt on their show. Concur. That's what makes this very interesting. He's talking about Roman put his time in. Hollywood is looking at him. Yeah. I mean, that could end up happening too, where he leaves. CM Punk is jealous. Roman always had the career he wanted as the guy. Could be. Punk could. Don't get me started, Sean. Punk could have been the guy if he would have swallowed the crow somewhere else instead of here. Yeah. But he had to make a choice on where you were going to eat crow at. Hubs, what if Backlash they do a triple threat, Punk versus Roman versus Finn, and put Finn over? Would you be okay with it?
It wouldn't bother me. Because, like I said, I do believe that Roman's going to win at Mania and then lose the title at lose the title at Backlash. If that's the way it plays out, that's not bad booking, Deanna. I have no problem with that.
That was a good point, Deanna. I like that. I never liked Roman or Lesnar's runs with the titles because they weren't around. It was tough. I understand. The bloodline carried the company. Punk's reign did not levels to this. Vinny, I'll say that if you got to let him, you got to put the level on him. That's what he was asking for. He said, anytime you gave me something, I knocked it out of the park. When he was in the mid card, he was like, okay, let me work with Regal. Let me work with Mysterio. And he's like, I did everything you wanted. Let me turn heel. I did a great job as a heel.
The problem, Conrad Cushman, and for this particular point, the only Vinny we like, the problem with the theory that Roman wasn't around, I really want you to pay close attention to this, Conrad, because if you don't pay close attention, it's going to sound like I'm not making any sense, but it really makes all the sense in the world. When Roman was gone, Roman was still there. You know why?
Family.
The family was in the house. The Usos were on TV. Sami Zayn was on TV. Solo Sikoa was on TV. Paul Heyman was speaking Roman Reigns' case even when he wasn't there. So even though Roman wasn't there, and I understand what people like Vinny are talking about, but when Roman wasn't there, he was still there. His presence was still being felt even when he wasn't in the building. So this logic that, Roman wasn't – that, and the narrative that Brock and Roman are the same, absolutely not. When Brock was off the scene as Universal Champion for weeks and weeks and weeks at a time, there was no Paul Heyman. There was nothing. Brock Lesnar was gone. There was no hint. Matter of fact, let's take it to another level, Conrad. When Brock Lesnar was gone, Seth Rollins was main eventing pay-per-views as the Intercontinental Champion.
Against Dolph Ziggler.
So, you correct me if I'm wrong. There's no comparison to me.
I think here's the issue with Brock. I think there's two different issues at hand when you look at it. Roman, some people just didn't like Roman, and it took people a while to get on the train with it. I was intrigued the moment he turned heel. I was like, oh, this is cool. This is what I've been asking for. So I'm into this.
Mm-hmm.
With Brock, though, I know that Brock Lesnar, there's a good wrestler inside of there because and this is not talking about his other BS because I can get into that all day. But with Brock Lesnar, I know he can wrestle. We've seen him at WrestleMania 19. I know he could do shooting star presses, but I'm just going to German suplex people and then hit the F5. Man, come on, man. And he'll do more stuff if they like the person. I think back to CM Punk at SummerSlam 2013. He let Punk get some stuff in, made the match better. But there've been other times where we went in there. I think back to Dean Ambrose. Awful match because you didn't do anything different.
Yep.
Yeah. So you got to do that. Vinny says anytime you give Punk the guy treatment, he acts like a brat or a volatile head case. I think the first time he did it, was acting like that because you didn't give it to him. According to his, I believe him on the podcast. I believe they said, I owe you 3 times. And he was like, I'm tired of hearing I owe you. When are you going to repay me my favor? I think he got sick of it eventually. Well,
he's finally going to get his moment, on April 17th, so whatever it is. But, I mean, it's kind of like 15 years too late in my book.
Well, he's getting it now. It's going to be what it's going to be. I don't know what the plan is for the young guys, but we're going to definitely talk about that. They didn't give Punk the main event until the heel turn. And even then, was he really main eventing or was he waiting to main event against Cena? I guess you're right. Yeah, he did get to main event once he turned heel, but Heyman had to be with him. You know what I mean? Weird stuff. And then when he's white hot, you have Triple H pedigree him in Buffalo. I was at the show and I was like,
there you go.
Why did we do that?
I
was so mad, bro. I told the guy in front of me, I was like, dude, this is a layup. If they screw this up, bro, I'm just going to. People just think I just hate WWE randomly. This was years of buildup of why did you do that? Why? It makes no sense, and it annoyed me.
And I'm glad you said that because I want to give a little context myself. My dislike of WWE didn't start with Jey Uso. It started with people like Matt Hardy. It started with people like Booker T. It started with people like who else? Started people like Jeff Hardy, even though Jeff Hardy did finally get over. There's many Nakamura. This is a long time. Sean, you're really upset about this Jey Uso thing. No, the Jey Uso thing is the freaking straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah, it's like they chipped away at us. I don't think people realize that. You were just like, dude, do something with this guy. When Triple H was handing them NXT people and they were white hot, yo, you cannot screw this up. It's right here for you. Just do the same thing I was doing. Oh, time to put him down. You know what I mean? And you're like, what's going on, Beach? Appreciate you. Yeah, just insane. When Brock wants to work, he's good, but he got pigeonholed into a suplex monster. Yeah, if you give them an easy out and say that's all you got to do, then that's all you got to do. Because fans are fickle and only like the internet darlings back then. Could be. I understand some of the frustration back then too, though. Brock Punk, Brock AJ, Brock Bryan, Brock Taker. Yeah, those were some of the good ones. Punk ain't Brett. Summer of Punk. Yeah, Roman was overhated. He still had a long way to go, but fans rejected him for things. Now, for the record, Sean knows I've always said this. I didn't hate Big Dog Roman Reigns. You
didn't.
We were all right. Triple Hogger, yeah. It's because no one can be bigger than Triple H or the WWE. Laga, what's good? In my opinion, they did the Jey Uso experiment to try and relive the Jeff Hardy moment, but failed miserably.
I don't know if failed. I would say it failed, but it didn't.
Jey Uso had the title longer than Jeff did. Jeff Hardy, there's certain people when I see them with the title, I'm like, bro, they're only gonna have it for a month or so, and then.
Yeah, I didn't. Shout out to pronounce that for me, Conrad.
I'm gonna say it's Tigar, but I just said Laga.
Yeah, shout out to Tigar Laga. Listen, I'm not. If you're new to the show, if you're not, welcome back. If you are, welcome. I'm not gonna go off on my typical Jey Uso rant. I'm gonna do this in 30 seconds or less, for the benefit of people who have heard me talk about Jey Uso ad nauseum for the past 2 years. Jey Uso's championship reign did not fail. Jey Uso has not failed at anything since the summer of 2023, except one pancha over the top rope. That's the only thing he's failed at. Jey Uso is still tremendously over with the fans. The fans are still very interested in them. And the only people who don't like Jey Uso are cornball internet trolls. The fans in the building are going crazy for Jey Uso. Every single night. Every single show. So I'll just leave it at that because Conrad Cushman, I can say a lot more.
Yeah, CM Punk is overrated and isn't as good as everyone makes him out to be. He just complains, and people gravitate to that in real life. I was a Punk fan at one point. I won't say that. I do think Punk is pretty good in the ring. I mean, is it pretty? No, but I'll say he's one of the best talkers, though, for sure, of this generation.
CM Punk is trash. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Look
at how bad they screwed up Karrion Kross.
No, they screwed him up. That's for sure.
Yeah, Brock had bangers. Look at this. Dog food suffer and succotash, big dog. No, I was talking about before that. Not where we let people write his promos or you let John Cena walk all over him and he's got to repeat the lines written for him. What is this? Yeah. Thank you, Deanna. We know who wrote that. Yeah. Have a question for you both if you got time to discuss it briefly. Throw it at us, Beach. Ace, what's good, man? I see you in the chat. Punk never had any WrestleMania main events until last year and now. Yeah, he changed his tune on that too. I can get mad all at the same time about that. Let me see here. And you can thank Roman for that.
While we're waiting on BJ's question, let me ask you a question, Conrad. Even though I know it's going to be tag team championships and probably a fatal 4-way or some kind of ridiculous ladder match or something unnecessary like that. Do you think Jey Uso should be in an Intercontinental Championship picture?
He could be if you wanted to keep him singles, but you've kind of put him back in this tag team.
No, I get it. What I'm trying to say is that Jey Uso I want to ask you a question because you've always been very impartial. One thing I'll give you, Conrad, as much as you get on my nerves, one thing I'll give you is that you'll tell the truth. You always tell the truth. Is Jey Uso not worthy of being a singles champion ever again in his career?
I think he could be in the Intercontinental title mix. The problem is the tag divisions on both shows are on life support, in my mind at least.
Okay. All right.
And they are leaning into Jey Uso to carry that in the meantime while they try to maybe push some of the younger folks. That's the issue, though. If you put Jey in that, he's going to get the same talk that we're hearing about Punk and Roman. Why are we not making room for the new guys? That's coming up a lot more lately.
All I got to say to you, Conrad, is that there's a reason. WWE probably will screw this up too. But in my mind, mid-card Jey Uso, says McKinney. Wow. That's crazy, bro. Y'all all right. I'm gonna leave it alone, but I'm gonna say this. The fact that they come out to Jey Uso's music when down since day one-ish, the tag team music is just as catchy and just as fun. There's something going on. I'm telling this is not over. For people who think this is over, it's not. There's something brewing here.
When are you going to give up hope if nothing brews?
Well, if nothing brews, they'll just be the forever tag team champions.
Okay.
Who's gonna beat them? Oh, the Lucha Bros. Shut up. I'm so sick of people. I'm seeing all the Lucha Bros are gonna reunite. Nobody cares about the Lucha Bros. They're just another guy. WWE has ruined them so bad. Let me ask that question to the chat. Don't you think WWE has ruined the Lucha Bros? They're done. They are cooked. Cooked. Do you think that the Alpha Academy is going to win the tag team titles tonight?
Hiro Tozawa's going up for the 1D, bro. What are you talking about?
Yeah, y'all keep bugging. I'm telling y'all better stop. The only people who put respect on my boy Jey Uso's name, M. Leezy for Sheezy, Sir Quills, Deanna. Everybody else gives me a hard time and Vinny. Everybody else gives me a hard time about this guy.
I see both sides of it because I listen to other people who are not Jey Uso fans, and I'm like, oh, I see your points. I see your points too. To me, it's in the middle. It's a good debate. We'll say.
But listen, let's stay focused here because I don't want the Jey Uso thing spurs off into other conversations. I see that M. Leezy brought up Ray Phoenix. M. Leezy brings up Rusev. Emily on fire right now. He brings up Aleister Black. These guys have been made. These are world caliber talents, Conrad. World caliber talents that have been turned into just another guy. Nobody cares.
No. They have not turned. They turned themselves into just another guy.
Okay, well, you need to give me some more insight.
You wanted to show your backside when you were somewhere else where they were doing stuff with you. And
that's what you think this was about?
Oh, apparently the rumor around town was Miro didn't like the creative, so that's why he was sitting at home. Okay, well, if you don't like it, all right, then have fun at home, I guess. And Tony was nice enough to pay him still. Say Malachi wanted to get up out of there. Okay, all right, you're out of here now, bro. Do you? I mean, do you feel better? I guess it's okay to do stuff in WWE, but not in other places. Like, I don't get it, but Matt Cardona wants to be there. Trust me. Like, I think he's happy.
Wait, Conrad, you know what you just did? You just stumbled. Usually you walk headfirst into it on purpose, but that time you stumbled into a great point. Matt Cardona. Do I have to say it? Because I'm going to say it. Matt Cardona, just another guy. Since he's been back.
But he's happy. He's been back. He loves it, bro. I said, bro, like I'm him.
No, I know what you meant. Yeah.
Dude, they were like, for someone to be, what did Kevin Owens say? For someone to be king of the Indies, he talks about WWE in every promo he does. You sure you don't want to be back here? I'm gonna go online after this, and I'm gonna create a list, and I'm gonna make it the WWE turns blank into just another, and I'm gonna make a list. Go to HW Weekly on Twitter. And I want you guys to, there's a list a mile long of people who could legit be world champions right now. And they have been turned into just another guy. Just another guy. Everybody's real excited about Obafemi. Oh, Obafemi. No, he's on my you can't screw up list. You better not screw this up.
They can't? They can't screw it up, Conrad?
I'm saying they can't afford, like, you cannot afford
to screw it up. I know what you meant. I'm giving you a hard time because I know what you meant. You better not count your chickens before they hatch.
I already know.
You better not count your chickens before you hatch, because a year from now, we'll be talking about Obafemi on the main event. I'm not happy to say that. Let me go on record. I think Obafemi could be a main event of WrestleMania one day. But I don't understand you, Conrad Cushman. I don't understand. Well, no, Conrad, you're kind of on my side with this one. I don't understand some people in the chat, on the internet, on social media. Oh, WWE, all they do is make stars. What? This is not 1985. This is not 1985. In 2026,
they took them then too.
Okay, you know what? In 1985, at least they took them and kept them as stars. In 2026, they take people and they lower them to heights that you can't even believe, to depths, I should say. Everybody's real excited. I'm going to go on record right here. Don't get too excited about Obafemi, because Obafemi deserves to be a main event. That doesn't mean he will be.
BJ has a question for us. Is WWE intentionally weakening / watering down their product to shift the minds to expect that is what good, using air quotes here, pro wrestling is, that they are using their stature in the world to be mediocre intentionally?
I'm going to answer that question in 1 second. Dark Elite Eric, absolutely not. All Ego, Ethan Page, Ricky Saints are not stars when they're on the developmental brand. Absolutely not is the answer to your question. Now back to BJ.
Oh, he's being sarcastic.
I thought he was being serious. My bad. I was like, oh my God, please. Okay.
Anything he says,
if you're being sarcastic, then we're on the same page, brother. I don't know. What do you think, Con? Oh, that's a tough one.
I think it's a mixture of things. I think that the world is different, and if you do anything that is remotely shocking in a storyline, you hear about it online. Like, I remember hearing, like, they did something that someone said was a problem for them, And I think it was like something with like alcohol in pro wrestling. And I was just shocked that they were like, oh, this shouldn't be on TV. And I was like, wait, what? What? It fits the character. It fits the story. It's a story. Like if people are drinking on like you're watching SVU or you're watching Chicago PD, like would you have a problem? Like it's a television show too at the same time. Like what? So I just think sometimes wrestling gets ridiculous with like the stuff they hate. The Jon Moxley hate, I thought it was blown way out of proportion, like at least way more than it should have been. And then by the end, people loved it. Now people are cheering them again, and I'm like, nothing's different. It's the same thing.
For the benefit of our listeners, I want to reread the question. This is from our good friend BJ. He says, "Is WWE intentionally weakening / watering down their product to shift minds to expect that it's what's good pro wrestling is? That they are using their stature in the world to be mediocre intention?" Man, that's a tough question.
Because, Sean, think about it like this. Everyone already thinks they're the best. Sean, what's the granddaddy of them all?
WrestleMania.
Why didn't you say All In?
Agreed.
Why didn't you say Wrestle Kingdom?
Agreed.
Because people, and that's what I want you to come, at least to me. I don't know if Sean feels the same way. You can co-sign or disagree. I want you to think like that from now on. WWE doesn't have to be the end all be all for you. There are other companies out there that do pro wrestling well.
I agree completely, Tom.
Great.
Yep.
I just don't understand it. And there's even times where I'm like, yo, TNA can be great. I wish that they would. I'm seeing people more and more adopt these WWE isms, and I call it WWE brain sometimes. We all have it. We think booking like it sometimes, like, oh, whoever stands tall at the end of the show must be losing the belt. Because that was a trope for years in WWE. Why do we think like that? You know what I mean?
World Wrestling Entertainment, Conrad Cushman. And by the way, what you just said was very well said, very articulate. WWE's a selfish entity. I think to answer BJ's question, I'll say yes. I'll say yes because WWE is extremely selfish. I think WWE believes that they can run out there whatever they want, and they're going to sell 70,000 tickets. And that's the problem. That's the problem. And another example of that selfishness is what Clown just brought up. WWE is blacking out screenings of Mania in the neighboring Las Vegas area. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry, brother.
No. You're good. You're good.
Like they're going to be blacking out Vegas venues and the surrounding neighboring area from selling, I guess you could say, closed circuit, bar stool tickets to watch Mania on big screens. It's completely ridiculous. So people can watch the Super Bowl down the street from Levi Stadium, but nobody can watch WrestleMania within 50 miles. It's the most ridiculous. I don't know. It just gets worse and worse, bro.
You know what they could do, Sean? You know why people probably don't want to go to the show and your ticket prices are lower? Because your ticket prices are too dang high.
That's right. That's right. That's right. By the way, you had sound effects?
Yes, I did.
You are just
playing them while you were on your rant before I played it too. Ah!
Bro, you just keep getting better and better at this producer thing, man.
Hey, listen, I'm trying, man. I miss when WWE was shown at Buffalo Wild Wings. Yeah, you had some people wilding out too, though, when they would do that. I had people like going into Dollar General to get some snacks, and then they would just walk in and sit down. I'm like, bro, you gotta buy food.
Yeah, buy some. Yeah, you can't do that, right?
Yeah, Buffalo's wild. Trust me. I'm talking about Buffalo, New York. It's wild. But yeah, I don't think BJ's wrong though. I thought it was an excellent question. With that. No.
That was a fantastic question. I think
BJ was great. That was great. I loved it. Let's stay focused here because me and Sean got a lot to cover, and we only got like 20-ish minutes at most. Bella Twins going back for the tag team titles. Sean, what's wrong?
Look, I'm not gonna be phony. I always had a respect for Brie. I think Nikki is repulsive. I think Nikki is everything a WWE women's wrestler should not be. And the fact that they're back together and probably will win the tag team titles makes me sick.
I feel like if they would have made the titles originally like during the last era, that era where they were in charge. I guess we'll say the Divas era out of respect. I think they would have been the women's tag champs, like the inaugural women's tag champs back then.
But in this current landscape, absolutely not.
We'll see, man. We'll see if they end up. They might even let them win them at the chamber real quick, and then be the defending people going into.
But see, like I said, if you want to give these titles some stature, you need to keep them on Rhea and Io.
Do you feel the women's tag division's gotten better, like with
main
event stars in the
mix? I actually do.
I told you,
I've always been a proponent of Shawn Michaels teaming up with Stone Cold Steve Austin. I've always been that guy.
Yeah, it's definitely different. It's a little odd. I'm a big believer in, like, if you're gonna have Shawn Michaels and Stone Cold as the champs, I think FTR should beat them though, because they're the tag team special.
There you, and I love that. That's exactly how it should be. I agree.
Yeah, and I just think that should happen more often.
And in turn, to your fantastic point, that would elevate FTR in that example,
right? And it would elevate the tag team division, because that's what you need to be doing as well. But man, people are not fans of the Bella Twins in the chat.
Because let me tell you something, Nikki especially. See, Brie, I don't think Brie, and I don't know the Bella Twins at all. I think Brie has always just stayed in her lane, bro. And what I mean by that, Brie knows that she's not really like the wrestler's wrestler.
Nikki's the better wrestler between the two, in my opinion. But I prefer Brie personally. Like, as a person, I like Brie better.
That's what I'm trying to say. Brie is always. Did I say Nikki by mistake?
No.
Okay, thank you. Right. Brie has always stayed in her lane. Brie is always. She knows she's not the wrestler's wrestler. She goes out there. She tries her best. She's had a really good fun moment in the ring where she slapped Stephanie. She's had some, but Nikki is just like this. She gives off this pretentious, like, and you got to understand, like, I'm not. This is all speculation. I have no proof. But when you've been dealing with John Cena all these years, I think that comes with a little bit of, maybe you start feeling yourself a little bit and walking around like you run the place, like. This idea, and I want you to really internalize this, Conrad. Chat, I want you to really internalize this, because Brie's never said this. Brie is very honored to be a Hall of Famer, but Brie has never said these words. Nikki always says that she's a legend. I'm a legend. I am one of the founding forces of this division. What? You're a pillar of women's wrestling? Nikki Bella is a pillar of women. That is the most ridiculous fabrication I've ever heard. Nikki Bella, listen to this statement. Nikki Bella is a pillar of the pro wrestling women's movement. What? In what world? But see, that's also WWE's fault, because, and chat, back me up on this, it's also WWE's fault because WWE put her in the Hall of Fame.
You may have to read BJ's comment.
I do care. Out loud? Or should I?
The one that's on the screen. Go ahead.
He's okay. BJ says, I've had my rounds with the Bella Army. I don't know how many times. They aren't Hall of Fame worthy. They aren't wrestle worthy. They should be beneath snap famous. That's another Clash of the Podcast catchphrase. BJ, you're 100% right, bro. And it's not hate. I don't take what you're saying as hate, and certainly not what I'm saying as hate. The Bellas are not them. And to Conrad's point, Brie seems to be a little bit more likable as a human. Nikki Bella, countless times, has proclaimed to be a legend of women's wrestling. How?
I think that's the perfect thing to end this segment on, because I don't have anything else to say in regards to them. Sean, did you catch NXT? Did you see who's the new NXT champ?
Yeah, the guy. Is he officially signed yet?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. He just appears for them when they need a favor, I assume. I thought, listen, and I don't like to criticize too harshly sometimes, but that last shot to Ricky Saints, you gotta do better, brother. No, weak.
What do you mean? When I say stiff, I mean like did he fall or something? Or
no. When he hit him with the belt right before, they'll go back and watch it. It was like he stopped it. I was like,
okay.
That was it.
Gotcha.
That was how you won.
Gotcha.
But good for Joe Hendry. We'll see how he leads NXT into the future. NXT's in trouble, in my opinion, man. Why is Ricky Saints there at this point?
And big shout out to Dark Elite Eric, because I thought he was being serious, and it turns out he's on the same page as me. He was being sarcastic. People like Ethan Page and Ricky Saints will never be seen as stars being on the developmental brand. Never.
Yeah, it might be time to make that call up. I felt bad for Ethan too. He had to drop the AAA mixed tag titles with Chelsea Green because Chelsea Green got injured. Her ankle is bruised up really nasty. Yo, who said NXT 3.0? Guy Will Campbell, NXT 95? No, there's no saving it, man. There's no saving it at this point, man. It's going to be rough out here, but congrats to Joe Hendry. Like I said, we'll see what he does with it. Hopefully he can take it to TNA and give some big ups to it, man. Sean, I'm going to jump into this, man. This promo. Cody Rhodes, SmackDown, North Kakalaki, where he is from, Charlotte. He went out there and so I did not watch SmackDown live. I actually went to a Harlem Globetrotter game with the intern, and we went to go see that. And
by the way, that's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely fun entertainment.
I'm sure your son enjoyed that.
I know. Well, he was pretty upset that I bet money on Washington. I was like, "What happened?"
Okay,
I'm just kidding. If you've seen the show, you know.
Yes, I know exactly.
Cody. I don't understand it, man. Cody Rhodes came out there, and I went back and watched this just so we could specifically talk about it. He jumped Drew from behind. I was like, babyface move of the year, everybody. Hit the guy when he wasn't. You could have walked up to him when he was walking backstage because they show him walk through Gorilla. Yep. And instead they're like, yeah, jumping from behind. Yeah, that's right. So he's getting his revenge on him. They come out to break him up, and then Cody grabs the mic, and he cuts this promo. And we didn't even finish Punk and Roman. But they cut into them like, yeah, we don't care about Drew. Been there, beat him. Like they both basically were like, yeah, we beat him already. So
disrespect, like low key.
Well, they had to build their matchup too, and Punk's supposed to hate Drew, so I get it. Like you had to mention them too, but at the same time, you kind of made sure we're night 2, they're night 1, if anything. So now Cody's got to hype it back up. So he was like, well, I got to build SmackDown back up and I got to build me and Drew back up. So he goes out there and cuts a promo and he starts talking about a measuring contest. And I'll let you guys figure it out. And then he says, I didn't get the name Raheem for no reason. If you've seen the jokes and the memes, I've told people for many a years, or at least the last couple of years, I don't like it. I don't know how you feel about it, Sean, but the little Raheem Rhodes and all that.
Disrespectful, unnecessary. It's supposed to be a compliment, but it's very much toting the line, and I did not like it. I did not like it, and I don't consider myself to be an overly. Since I took off my sunglasses because I wanted you guys to see me, it was a little bit. It was like, oh, I see what you're doing here. That was supposed to be like a play on words, and meaning that you have like the endowment of a black man, because that's a stereo. That to me, you're treading on ground that you don't need to tread on.
Yeah, and I think so. I think people, and I'll say this goes back onto the fans.
I didn't find it. So for the record, in case anybody, I didn't find it funny or humorous.
Yeah, I think that I put blame on the fans too, though, who allowed this. Like there were fans who constantly make this a joke, and I'm just like,
no, it's not appropriate. It's not appropriate.
No, and listen, there's some people in my groups who put it up all the time. We've seen the pictures with him and MLK, him and Malcolm X, and I'm like, what are you guys doing right now? What is this?
Yes.
And I know probably it started as a joke, but then the joke got taken it's gone far, far the other way.
Too much. It's too much.
Yeah.
It's Black History Month too. Come on, bro. Like,
yeah.
What are you doing?
Are the Street Profits on NXT now? No, but they were doing live shows, and I saw people trying to, like, I don't know, comment on how, like, Montez Ford looked and stuff. I don't even want to get into that. Why are they on there? Wouldn't be my choice when your tag division suffering like that, but what do I know? What do I know? I don't know. That promo got me back on the whoa train. I'm enjoying Cody chasing and being unhinged on the mic.
Wow, McKinney. Okay, respect your opinion.
BJ said, awful, can't believe he said it. The H in AAA stands for Harlem Globetrotters. You're counting the lights. Vinny said, me and my friends were joking about it. And listen, I know that this is going to be a topic that you're going to see many different opinions on. Drew should challenge Punk for the night 2 main event, the real crown jewel. I don't think that's happening again.
There's always going to be, just to interject, there's always going to be people like me and I think Conrad that take it extremely seriously. And then there's going to be people who are like, oh, lighten up. It's not that big of a deal. There's always going to be 50-50 when it comes to that.
Yeah. Excellent point by Matt as well. Yeah. Are they doing Black History Month segments? I haven't watched
the
full show to say.
I haven't seen one. I didn't see one last Monday on Raw.
Do y'all remember Alvarez struggling with the cookout reference? 100%. And that's something I was going to say. Sometimes some people don't need to be let in on the joke. That's the joke. So, and sometimes people don't understand it. I don't know if you saw Brian Alvarez like, yeah, there's some cookout apparently, and people get invited to it. I was like,
I'm not going to go too deep. I'm not going to go too deep into this, but I will say this. Sometimes people take liberties that they shouldn't take. And to me, I felt like liberties with Alvarez, Cody. I feel like liberties were taken. Like, I understand it. Look, we're talking about a man.
Alvarez didn't understand. That was my point. And that's why I laughed at it. Like, he didn't get it.
I mean, Cody is universally recognized for the fact that he has a black wife. He has a biracial daughter, obviously. Like Cody, biracial children, obviously, because he's with a black woman. I don't think Cody's a racist. Let me go on record with that. I don't think Cody's a racist. I think Cody is unaware. I think Cody thought that would be funny, controversial, cool, whatever the case may be. But he has to understand, or whoever's writing his stuff, right? Let's talk about that. Whoever's writing his stuff has to understand that sometimes you need to take it easy on stuff like that.
Yeah, I think if he would have left that out, I would have said it was a really good promo.
It would have been a good promo.
Yeah. But yeah. McKinney, I understand too, more being outraged with DX and that. Yeah, 100%. 100%.
McKinney, that's fantastic. You brought that up. I was a fan of Jason Sensation. I don't know if you guys remember him.
Mm-hmm.
Jason Sensation did an amazing Owen Hart impression, which I thought was fantastic. X-Pac's Mark Henry reference to what our friend McKinney is referencing. It was rough, man. It was. Well, rough.
I read X-Pac didn't want to do it.
No, I don't blame X-Pac because I read the same thing. I heard X-Pac was up there. Well, but I will say this though. He leaned into it once he did it.
Oh, they told him to.
Oh, okay.
Because it's in Triple H's book. I'm sure we've never read it because I wasn't.
Let me go to my home library and get that. Oh, it's right on the top of my shelf. Let me go get it.
They were like, I think they were like, you're being too sensitive about this, man. And he said he had talked with Mark Henry because he was like, yo, this is not cool. Like, I don't. So sometimes wrestlers are out there doing stuff that they don't want to do.
We all know Triple H does the right thing when it comes to promos about black people, right? We all know that he's very cognizant of what to say and what not to say, especially when you're standing in the ring with Booker T and saying he has nappy hair and all he can do is dance.
And I hope nobody wrote that, but I'm sure. You know what I mean? There's multiple people in there. And it's just
somebody could have wrote it, but you know what I'm betting?
And somebody okayed it. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man.
Don't get me started.
Drew also cut a promo. How have you been feeling about Drew and his title reign as well? Like, is Drew holding up his end of the bargain? Like,
I mean, for 3 weeks, he's doing great. He's fine.
Okay. So I'm gonna put this in your hands. Chat, I want you to buy or sell on one of these right here. WrestleMania Would you rather see Cody Drew straight up one-on-one for the WWE title? I think I already know Sean's answer, though, because he said it before. Or do you want to see Cody, Drew, and they find a way to put Jacob Fatu in there?
Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Let that man be the main event on night one, please.
Does this book have 4 special covers? Don't make the Triple H fans mad. They got mad at people, me and Sean, for saying that. They are not happy.
Yo, BJ, the Cerebral Assassin cover, the game cover, the King of Kings cover, and the CCO cover.
Copy that. So it was after then, right, McKinney? Maybe it was after. I only heard part of the story, and it was like this week I heard it about X-Pac. But he said X-Pac didn't understand that he was being disrespectful until Mark Henry told him and explained like the history of it, and then he apologized. So he knew afterwards.
Oh wow, T. Ferg brings up an amazing point. That was unbelievable.
Oh yeah, Survivor Series, right?
No, I don't even think it was. Was it Survivor or was it Raw?
Yeah.
Oh,
it was on pay-per-view because that's the only way he got away with saying that.
Gotcha.
There was no way USA Network was going for that.
Disgusting, bro. Like it's like I guess it's like the whole family, bro.
Oh God, Will Gamble. That wasn't a choice. He said, "Just give me Drew and Jacob."
Yo, let me tell you something. I know Guy Will Gamble's messing around, but let me tell you something right here and now, bro. There's some truth in that. I don't want to see Cody win that elimination. I don't want to see Cody in the WWE Championship match. In case there's any discrepancy about what I feel about the main event of WrestleMania night one, I'm just saying it's going to be a triple threat because I know that Cody's somehow going to be. If somehow he gets phased out, I'd be a happy man.
Could happen.
No, it's not.
We know it's not, but I said it could.
Yeah.
Because look at McKinney brings up another. I think this one's not bad either, though. You could do a 4-way with Drew, Cody, Randy, and Fatu.
Yeah, it would be. That would be better than what. I'll tell you one thing: if it's Drew versus Cody, I'm gonna be pissed.
So you think that's the worst option out of everything we've said?
Oh, please, Drew and Cody in a rematch? That would make me sick.
You know, because they didn't want to burn the fans out on Cody and Roman, but it's okay if we do it with this other match.
Run it back with Drew. Exactly. Stupid.
I will be able to say he's dead serious.
Well, you know what? If you're serious, then I'm right there with you.
Remember Do-Rag Vince?
Well, Do-Rag Vince, that was crossing the line too, but that wasn't no word. That wasn't worse than him saying the N-word.
Yeah, nah, Vince was wild back then. Hey, apparently the original plan was Roman versus Seth and Cody versus Punk. Didn't we, Sean? Didn't we say that like last year? That's what we thought it would be. Like, it made sense. But
by the way, our way too early WrestleMania predictions. Check the archives. I said it was going to be a rematch triple threat with Seth, CM Punk, and Roman. The fact that Seth is hurt, do I get credit for being right about them, or do I still get X'd out of that one?
Partial credit, we'll say.
Okay, fair enough. I just was curious. I wanted to ask you that question. All right.
BJ said, here's another terrible question. With both of them being injured, are we still stretching out the Vision versus Seth till next Mania? We're going to talk about that in one moment, BJ. I stopped watching during the Do-Rag Vince era. Yeah, those were rough weeks, man. 05 to 07 was super rough for me. Like WrestleMania, like Royal Rumble 08, WrestleMania 24 brought me back into it again, where I was like, okay, cool, I can really get into this. Sean, I'm gonna skip that other guy. We'll get into maybe some young talent next week. Let's get into the news here. Your guy, Braun Breaker.
My guy.
Braun Breaker sidelined after undergoing hernia surgery for a serious hernia. Hate to see someone injured. Personally, I they said it happened sometime last week. Hernias are never fun. Just awful things, and a serious hernia keeps people out 4 to 6 weeks. I think that means he'll still make it to Mania on time. I say you just have him do something horrible tonight and get suspended. If he's around,
he's already suspended, I think.
Have him do something horrible where they're like, you're out of here indefinitely.
Okay.
Make a story out of it. I don't know. Your thoughts?
I never want to see somebody injured. So get well soon. You know, What's his real name? What's the? Help me out.
What? Braun Breaker's real name?
Yeah, Braun Breaker's real name.
Rex Steiner, right?
Rex,
are their last names real? Is it Steiner or is it like Rex Steiner or something like that?
I'm gonna look it up right now because I want to be very clear about what I'm saying right now.
And I don't think Rex is. I think Rex was his gimmick name that they were going to give him.
All right, Braun Breaker to Mr. Bronson Rechsteiner.
Thank you, Quills.
Thank you, Quills. To Mr. Bronson Rechsteiner. I wish you well in your recovery. I never want to see anybody injured. I think you're a tremendous athlete. God bless you. Period. New sentence. As a professional wrestling fan, I'm happy he's not going to be in no... I told you a long time ago, I never liked the guy. I am thrilled he's not going to be in the main event of WrestleMania. I hope he gets back to being a match, but him being world champion still pisses me off, the idea of that.
I don't think he was. Once I saw how after he lost and I saw how things were playing out, I'm like, he's going to be facing Seth.
Yeah, I'm cool with that, but I'm just trying to say, I'm not, again, slow down. Bronson Rechsteiner, get well soon. Braun Breaker, the character, I hate that freaking character. I never liked him. So unless he changes his character, I don't want to ever see him anywhere near a main event.
BJ said depends on the severity of the hernia. I looked up a series when it said 4 to 6 weeks, so I'm assuming if he'll
be back.
Yeah, I think he'll be back in time. Now we're not going to get the hooded man reveal because it has to be Scrap Daddy. Nah, I think it's Seth, man. There's no way.
I think
5.
I think the human being, it's gonna be Seth when the real reveal comes, but I think the human being that was under the mask on that particular moment was Waller.
I think you could do a tag match too if you're worried about the health of these two. Like I said, Theory and Seth versus the Bronze. It's right there.
I'm talking about the actual. I'm not talking about the person who's going to be revealed.
Oh,
you know how they said that like Montez Ford was like the person but it never. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the person that was physically under the hood at the Royal Rumble, like in that moment, just playing that role until Seth comes back. I think it was Grayson Waller.
Oh, maybe they had him do it as well to get him a payday.
Yeah,
nothing wrong with that. But wish you the best in your speedy recovery.
Yes, again, Bronson Rechsteiner, I wish you well. I just want to be clear about that.
I think you made it very clear.
Yes.
And Miracle said, yeah, it was Grayson. Okay. Yeah. I thought it was confirmed. We're going to go over to the other world of wrestling with some news here. Saya Kimitani dislocates her finger 10 minutes into a title defense with Starlight Kid, fixes it, and wrestles for another 15 more minutes to retain at Stardom Supreme Fight February 7th. This is a fantastic match. If you have not seen the highlights from it, I would recommend if you've never gotten into Stardom, you're like, Conrad, what should I check out? This is a match I'm telling you, go check it out. Starlight Kid was fantastic in this one. I don't know if it's your thing, Sean, but I'm just letting you.
She's a soldier, and the fact that she continued, that's Kobe Bryant stuff. I love it.
Always good. I saw Ricochet drew a lot of conversation this week with his comments about WWE, and he said how WWE ruined his legacy as a wrestler.
Well, I wouldn't give.
Let me rephrase it. He said main roster, WWE ruined his legacy once he got called up there.
I read that quote. I don't think he should say that because he's rebuilding his legacy. It's not destroyed. It's not ruined if it's still in the making. So he's in the process of rebuilding it. But yes, WWE certainly didn't do him any favors.
I think he was astonished by his what do you want to call it when they're wrestlers of your time period? I don't want to say like his peers, I guess. Is
generation.
Hmm. He was shocked at the treatment of people like Shinsuke Nakamura, Finn Balor,
right?
Apollo Crews. He was Uhaa Nation in Dragon Gate with him. Like, these guys were amazing. He's like, I don't understand what happened to us. He was like, it's like you signed us to end us to make sure that we didn't do this anymore.
I don't blame him for feeling the way he felt. Only thing I'm going to say is don't say ruin because you're still in the process of continuing to build it back up. But 100%, his time in WWE was a wasted amount of time.
And I might be misquoting him for the record on that.
Yeah, well, I would assume he said he did. I would probably say WWE tarnished his
legacy. Yeah. BJ, I'm sorry to hear that, man. He was talking about how he had one not too long ago. Took me a while to re-strengthen the wall to exert more. Yeah. I used to deal with people who had them a lot too, and I would always feel horrible for them when I would see it. Waller is next on the menu for Obafemi. Listen, worried. Kyron and Sean boosted my legacy with their 112 and NWOB team singing. Now I woke up ready to conquer the day.
There you go.
Chamber qualifying matches for tonight: Rhea versus Lyra, Ivy versus Penta, and Theory versus LA Knight.
Yeah.
You gotta say you used to do it so great.
I did before they ruined them.
One last thing, Sean. Maybe this will make
time.
you happy in your neck of the woods. I sent this to you earlier today. Andrew Zarian, my buddy Andrew Zarian. He can get some scoops sometimes, and he has announced that AEW is bringing one of his landmark pay-per-views to New York City this spring. Double or Nothing is scheduled for the Louis Armstrong Stadium. It's supposed to say I just realized, in Queens, New York City. So Double or Nothing coming to
I will be trying to get tickets for that or press credentials. I'm not going to miss that.
Most definitely, man. I say put in for the press credentials. You never know, man. Might get to go back there with Tony and hang out. I heard Ubers are bad out there, though. I don't know. Like,
real bad.
If it's late at night, I don't know if they're going to come out there.
Yep.
But that's good, though. I think that's a cool spot for it. They gave it they took a year off from it, right?
Yes, they did.
Grand Slam. So let's see if people are interested, man. I send it to you, Matt. Someone better bring an EPW sign. If you're bringing a sign, I got to see the logo up there. I got to see Clash of the Podcast logo on one side and then flip it. If you're on camera side, I'm hoping. Make it happen for us. Sean, we got Raw tonight, man. We went through the qualifying matches. Natty's going to be in action as well.
Natty's going to be in action Raw. Gotcha.
This guy.
What? What did I say?
We're talking about the low-key legend here, Sean.
What? All I said was that Natty's going to be – oh, I'm sorry. I meant to say Natty's going to be in action on Raw. Sorry. I apologize.
There you go. Get excited for this, man.
I'm excited she's going to be Raw also.
Sean.
What?
My friend, take us out.
You're always – it's not my fault that you have a dirty mind. Jeez.
Take us out of here.
Listen, guys, another tremendous episode of Clash of the Podcast. Always a blessing to be with you guys. Always a blessing to have a good time. Listen, guys, we're ready to rock and roll. It's WrestleMania season. WrestleMania week rundown is coming up pretty soon. We'll be dropping that information probably the first week in March. Obviously, some Hubbonomics are on the way. Make sure you check out Conrad and my guy Derek each and every Wednesday night around 10 p.m. as they bring you their AEW review. All that and a whole lot more in the coming weeks. And there's only one place to be. Each and every Monday night, 6:05 Eastern Standard Time. That's right here on the Everything Pro Wrestling channel for HW Weekly and EPW Presents Clash of the Podcast. So until next week, God bless, be encouraged, evil never prevails. We're out of here later.